Hey guys, LearnMoreFast here. Lab number 6, meat and meat cookery. Okay, so first, structure of meat. Muscle tissue. Definitely need to know this. Muscle and connective tissue are going to be big on the test. Basically affects quality and cooking characteristics, muscle fiber cells. Know your myofibrils or fibrils, however you like to pronounce it. Connective tissue makes up tendons and ligaments. Know that. Know that connective tissue makes up your tendons and ligaments. Know that fibrils are made of collagen and elastin. Know what collagen and elastin are and the effect on quality of meats. Know that that's exactly why little kids and older people, maybe, I'm not sure, basically when your teeth are young or older and it's losing that, or it hasn't gained that strength yet, that's exactly when you can't chew the meat. That's why when you go to, well, that's why if you had like a raw piece of meat, or a meat that's not cooked completely properly, or even a meat that is cooked properly, and you give it to someone who hasn't that strength in their jaws and their teeth, or to some yeah, that's exactly what happens. They can't eat it, they can't chew it, and they can't digest it. So that actually tells you quite a bit. Um, Overall, that's why it's kind of interesting how McDonald's somehow has got it to become pre-digested or digested so that even little kids can have it. That's not really good, and I'm not going to say much on that. But anyway, fatty tissue, adipose cells. Know what marbling is. Know exactly how marbling occurs. Know the process. Bone, etc. Composition, nutritive value, fat, protein, water, vitamins, minerals, pigments. Know what myoglobin is. Know what oxymyoglobin is. Know what methmyoglobin is. Types: steer, heifer, cow, stag, bull, veal, calf, lamb, mutton, pork. Know what each animal is and what stage of life they are at. I can probably go over that later. Post-mortem changes, stiffening, metabolic changes, lactic acid, and pH. Know what lactic acid is. Know what pH is. Ripening, increased tenderness, improvement of flavor, increased juiciness, better browning, too long, etc. Factors affecting tenderness. Amount of connective tissue. Again, connective tissue comes up. Fat and marbling. Again, marbling comes up. Other factors. Electrical stimulation. You know what that does to the meat. Hereditary background, feeding and size of muscle fibers, tenderizing, less tender cuts are less expensive, grinding and cubing, compounds, papin, bromelain, and physin. Know what those are. Well, they are compounds, but know a little bit more in depth. Inspection and grading. Know your inspection. All meats entering interstate commerce are inspected alive and during various stages of slaughtering. Operating plant is also inspected. Also notice that on pieces of meat, you sometimes occasionally get there's like a stamp on the meat, and that's actually in the PowerPoint. Check out the PowerPoint, it helps a lot. There's a stamp. You'll see the stamp in the PowerPoint, and just know what that is. Know your grades again. Voluntary costs for meat packers, yield grades. Know how the grades are, what the grades are based upon. That again is for fruits, etc., eggs, and so forth. Know what the cost is for meat packers. Yield grades based on cutability, 1 through 5. Quality grades, utility, prime, choice, select. Know those. Know those right there. Utility, prime, choice, select. Know the order too. Standard and commercial. Know which one's the one you like is the top quality and which one's the worst quality, and etc. And know maybe like a basic middle quality. Characteristics of good quality, etc. Beef, which is bright red color, fine grain, smooth to touch, fat is firm. Characteristics of good quality. Veal, grayish pink flesh, fine grain, smooth to the touch, interior fat is firm and brittle. Bones are red, spongy, soft, and have cartilage. Characteristics of good quality lamb. Pinkish red color, fine grain. Bones are soft, red, and spongy. Fat is firm, not brittle. Cuts of meat identification, wholesale, retail identification of bones. Variety meats, sweetbreads, brains, heart, tongue, tripe, liver, kidney, ox. So these aren't too important. Just have a good idea of it. Consideration when buying meat: yield, waste, type of cut, cured meats, method of preserving meat, ingredients: sodium nitrate limited, sugar, seasoning, salt. Storage: highly perishable films used in covering, placed on bottom shelf, most perishable cut. Methods of cooking: dry heat for tender cuts, roasting, baking, boiling, frying. Oh, and also know which parts of different, I guess, animals, so to speak, or different cuts of meat use what type of, either it's dry heat or moist heat, and what type of dry heat and what type of moist heat. Oh, the best thing for that, try drawing out a diagram of an animal, separate into its cuts, and then break it apart from there and tell if it's either dry heat, moist heat, and then below that, roasting, baking, boiling, frying, or braising, stewing, pressure cooking. Effects of heat: originally toughens, later tenderizes, fat meat, capacity of muscle to hold water lessens, cooking losses, weight, fat, vitamins, shrinkage, juiciness, aging, age, amount of fat, interior temperature, specifics of cooking, Roasting or baking, open pan 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Low standard cuts at 225 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the thermometer in the thickest portion of meat. Boiling your pan boiling. Basically know that. Frying and microwave cooking. Oh, and usually, only time you want to use microwave cooking is usually when you want to thaw out a certain piece of meat. Don't do it for actual cooking. It does not turn out good. Specifics of cooking continue, different flavors, let's stand 30. Okay, so braising, stewing, pressure cooking, cooking varieties of meat, cooking frozen meat. Just have a good idea of that. Then you get into that. So that's basically it for meats. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this video with our poultry. I'll make it a little faster too. We'll get a little bit more done. So Lab 7 is poultry. Classifications, processing, 25% leaf plant with some salmonella. Composition and nutritive value, fat and cholesterol. Purchasing, 35% yield. Inspection, you just know a little bit. Know the grading, know why, how it's graded, shape of the bird, fleshing, distribution amount of fat, freedom of pin feathers, freedom from skin and flesh blemishes, freedom from cuts and bruises. Okay, then characteristics of Asian poultry. Young and breastbone is pliable, wing offers little resistance, skin is pliable, soft and tears easily. Just be able to know how to identify it. A lot of this is just out there. Storage and handling, few days holding time. Know that it doesn't last that long. Know where to put it in the refrigerator. Always on the bottom shelf. Don't use wooden cutting boards. You can probably guess why. Must be cooked to well done stage. Refrigerate immediately and use within 1 to 2 days. Better flavor and texture, frozen raw instead of cooked. Just kind of basic here. Same cooking, roasting, boiling, frying, braising, stewing, microwave cooking. You don't want to use microwave cooking, even though it is down there. You do not want to use microwave cooking. She'll even tell you that. Skinless, discoloration of bones. Know how to cut up types of poultry and types of meat. You can go through this. This gives you a pretty good idea. You don't really need to know that as much. Just have a basic or general idea of it. Okay. Well, this has got fish and shellfish as well, so I guess we'll do that as well. We got time. So, fish. Minced fish products. Used to make fish sticks. Surimi. Fish isn't... We don't go into too much. Vertebrate fish, shellfish of invertebrates, mollusks, crustaceans. No, just some basic composition, nutrient value, protein, fat. I don't even remember going over this acid, but just Google it. I don't even know how to pronounce that, so... Actually, no, I think we did go over this, but it's a very small, and more likely it's not going to be on the test. I don't remember us having it on the test. It's eco... I'll try saying it. Ecosampetanoic. Wow, big word. Okay. Shellfish, shrimp, common or white, brown or Brazilian, Alaska or California, raw, prawn, designation, oysters, fresh, frozen, shucked, canned, lobster, northern, spiny or rock color, crabs, da. Just have a good idea, types of fish, fish roe, cured fish, canned fish. This isn't that big of a section, and so we don't go over that much. Know your inspection and grading again. Know who the FDA is and the USDA is. Know your grades. It's based on appearance, uniformity, absence of defects, flavor, and odor. Also know when you're planning your budget meal. Again, she says if you want to use meat and not a meat substitute, which I suggest using a meat substitute because most times it's a lot cheaper. But if you do want to use meat and you just have that tendency to, then know that you can actually go to a butcher, and even if there's like a little cut or maybe like a little bubble in the packaging, they won't sell it, so you can get it for cheaper. That's just something that could help you. Seafood safety, viruses linked to human population and waste disposal, bacteria easily destroyed by heat. Shellfish should not be eaten raw. Fish okay if made from very thin, frozen at very low temperature, then thawed. Kills toxins. Just know that. No storage. No cooking fish, fin fish, cooking shellfish. It's all kind of there. And then you go into your recipe. So that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.